Seva, it's to me, it is things that you can do without a reward. You don't think of reward for whatever you're doing. So you do it because you love it and you want to do it. And it's such a lovely word, seva.
Seva means helping the community, but only you getting back with just a peace of mind. That's all you get satisfaction.
It is a selfless service, you know, it's about helping people and doing stuff for your community without expecting anything back. You know, you're not going to get the recognition, you don't want the reward, you're just doing it out of your own will and good, just to help people.
My name is Gravesend Biring, born in India, Punjab, near Phagwada, Jandiali, Pind Jandiali Kala. I've grown up there up to 15, just over 15 years. Come to this country in 1961. Since that day, we've been living here in Gravesend.
Gravesend was very strange for a little boy coming from Punjab, where there's lots of fields and you're in a farm because we're farmers, and to come into this climate where it's cold, everything looks dingy and miserable. But honestly, within probably 6 months or a year, you forget all of that because you're a kid. You don't really think about it like that. You sort of, you get used to the surroundings.
Since I come in, I start work. Younger brother, he went to school. I didn't. Dad said, no, you start work. And then since that day, till I retire, I've been working all my life in this country. So
it was very, very hard work in those days. I mean, Dad worked, and my older brother, he didn't go to school when he got here. He was about 15, so Dad thought, what's the point of him going to school for a year? You might as well start working. So the poor man, he had no option, or poor kid at that time, just ended up being on building sites and started working. I then early on, because I was good at art, I decided I wanted to be an architect. And I remember telling my teachers I want to be an architect. And the teacher said to me, and I still remember his words, and he said, it's good to aim high, and if you drop in between, you'll be doing good. So that was, and so that gave me that sort of incentive. I want to aim high and I want to get there. And the nice thing, again, this is where the family comes in. I never worried about money because my dad was there, my brother was there. They helped all the way, you know, for such a long time, for, you know, younger brother getting educated or my father thinking his son's getting educated. They supported it. They did it because they loved me. And they did it because they wanted me to succeed. So that puts a bigger pressure on the individual, obviously, because you don't know whether you're going to succeed or you're not going to succeed. And yeah, lucky, I became an architect. And I was just lucky. I ended up having projects which were really all very interesting projects. All the commercial stuff, you're doing warehouses, you're doing shops, you're doing resi, you're doing offices, doing listed buildings. All of those sort of facets I've done. And I've enjoyed it. I really have enjoyed my time as an architect. So first we had to find people who are prepared to work. Some people did seva, no money at all. Some people obviously took money, but less than what they would get outside. And it was at that time I asked my brother to leave his work because he's a carpenter and I knew he could do whatever I wanted him to do. And he then formed a team and he brought a couple of his friends and they worked there. So he started at that time and he stayed there for over 9 years building it.
There was 4 of us first. Carpenter, couple of steel fixers. There was only 14, 15 people who done that, all the work there. So I was one of the carpenter in there. So when we had the company, G&G, they decided we will pay you so much. I was getting more outside though. We thought, no, that's for the community. We take less and then we start working in there.
It took us 9 years. My own involvement is 16 years from start to when I actually came out. So that's how long my commitment to that project was. As far as I'm concerned, I've done my bit. If you ask me, are you happy with the end result? More than happy. You know, never in my wildest dreams when I started designing it, thinking it would be as successful as it is.
We were always told that you got to try helping out the Asian community. That's what they call is seva. And so my mum and grandfather were baptised Sikhs, so they were more religious than what we are. It was just pumped into us at a younger age that if you can help someone out, you just used to do it out of the kindness of your heart. My mum used to go to the temple on a regular basis. What everyone still to this date now, because she passed away, bless her soul, a year and a half ago, they used to say, we used to hear your mum before we used to see her. They go, we used to hear her from the corridor and then we knew your mum was here. We were at the temple, the whole of our family, there was I think 18 or 20 of us there, and just by not having my mum there, we missed that one person. Yeah, and everyone in the temple said that as well. They go, between 20 of us, we can't fulfill that one person's role. She used to think about helping others, always. If she had £10 in her pocket, it wasn't about she had £10. She used to think, how can I give someone that £10? Well, a lot of people say now that I'm a chip off my mum's shoulder. Mum actually passed away, but she would help out anyone as much or as little as she could. Even if she wasn't helping them out physically, she'll just help them out. Just talk to them. Tell them that you can do this, or tell them, ring her up as many times as you want for her just to help out. I will say that's brushed off on myself as well. I do try helping out as much as I can, not just at the temple, at work, out of work, just physically. If someone was to ask for a hand, if someone needed transport anywhere. We were helping out in the Sikh temple by doing seva, helping others or doing community work. We didn't think that what we were doing was
seva. We just assumed that that's what people do.
We actually started to get involved when we used to have the smaller, older temple, and that's when our second uncle was actually president, so we were getting more and more involved. Then we started helping out when they were making the plans for the new temple. Anything we could do to help, we were doing it.
We felt honoured to actually go and help our family member out, and secondly, do some work for the temple, and that means we can put stuff back into the community that we live in. If your parents are doing something when you're young, you do look at them as an icon, and you do sort of like follow in their footsteps. My son, Amit, when we used to go to the temple on a regular basis, he was actually born on Vaisakhi. Amit was born on Vaisakhi, and he's been going to the temple since, I think, the age of 3. He's been going with me. And he actually said to me, he goes, Dad, you know so many people, you shake everyone's hand when you're in the temple. It made me feel proud. It made me feel that my dad knew everyone, and so we've got to know a lot more people. Nowadays, Amit knows more people than what my dad and myself are put together, because he knows all my dad's generation, he knows all our friends, and he's got his own work colleagues and his friends now. So the legacy has been passed on 3 times.
Anyone that's kind of known us growing up, you know, I've been with my dad, uncle, my granddad's, you know, since I've been growing up. So it was one of those situations where I'd just go along with them. So, you know, you'd go there, you never really expect anything back. It's not like you're going to get recognition or a reward out of it. It's just something you do just to help yourself. You're helping the community.
The problem's going to be is it going to carry on? Because now with the youngsters and all, not a lot of people are getting involved as helping out as much as what we were taught to, because they're not going to get nothing back for it.
People have changed. I don't think they've changed their views. Education has changed people. They feel that if they pay a sum, they don't have to actually come in and do seva no more. We've seen that has really, it has hit us, and we've seen it for our own eyes. The Gravesend Sikh temple pays to get more work done now than what it used to 20 years ago. People have got money, but they're not willing to give up their free time to do seva. That is what is going away from the temple.
All the kids born in this country, if they got nobody to guide you to go into temple, they don't bother. They just say, it's only a building, they only a book which they read. They don't know value of the Sikhi.
Social media has a big impact and a big influence on that. So, you know, people look at someone else, it's all about keeping up with the Joneses, especially in the Asian culture. So what people are doing is, you know, they're comparing themselves against someone else, and then they'll say, oh, they've got this or they've got that, we need to do this as well. So then it's hard because you're constantly just trying to catch up. You don't have the time, and you just think, have I got time to go to the temple this weekend? Probably not.
I don't think it should stop people doing whatever they want, but they still will take their identity with them wherever they go. I think that's the important thing. And whatever values we as parents and or as a community can instill in the youngsters, that's all we can do. You know, we can't tell them to lead a life because that's their life.
There's a lot of heavy weight to be carried just through the generations, you know, even just growing up, you know, you'd get people come over to you, oh, you so-and-so's son or you so-and-so's grandson. Even nowadays, when I'm going to events, people always, you know some member of my family just because of the efforts that they've contributed and the work that they've put in from day one. So for me, it's just like, you know, you've got to carry that on now. I don't necessarily believe seva is served just in the temple. You can perform these services doing anything you can to not just promote your culture, but just to push the community and just help one another. You know, you get people that might go once a week to the temple. You might get someone that goes, you know, every single day to the Gurdwara. It doesn't matter. You know, at the end of the day, anything that you do contributes. We DJ, we play Asian music every single weekend. You know, we're playing to crowds up to, you know, tens of thousands of people. When you get to play and promote the Asian songs and the Punjabi music, you just want everyone to basically feel that they're proud to be Punjabi at the end of the day. And that's exactly what we do when we go on stages. You know, especially nowadays, there's a lot of mixed marriages. So even when we're playing to mixed crowds and we're playing Bhangra music, it's just like, yeah, we're proud. You guys should be proud too. Don't hide away from it. It's a way of life. You're helping build what people have done previously, you know, through the generations. For us to just get to that stage in having that building in the first place, we've got to sustain it, we've got to maintain it. So we've got to keep it there. And the only way that's going to happen is through seva. I'd expect my kids to just do the same thing that I've done, you know, take them to the Gurdwara, show them, you know, this is the journey of how it started, this is what we've got to, and it's all up to you guys to carry it on.